Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, and we're here to talk about in and out for 2025. Of course, I've seen this on TikTok, and I was like, well, I want to do it too. So here I am doing it. Obviously, this is primarily bookish, but things that I would like to see in for 2025 and out, but mine is broken up into things personal for myself, but also things kind of general that I would like to see leave, and some things I would like to see come in or stay. You know what I'm saying? So let's start with personal. Because why not? You know? So for me, in general, being better about subscriptions. So for me, it's Kindle Unlimited and Audible. So I will not say completely no to both, because a lot of indie or self-published books are on Kindle Unlimited, but I go through phases where I'm reading more things on Kindle Unlimited and then some months that I'm not. So like right now I'm not, so I canceled it. And so that's what I want to do instead of just having it always. I know, like, if you have the money to do that, you can just leave the subscription. That's great. But I have to be more mindful about that. So I just want to, because there are still things that I want to read that are on Kindle Unlimited. So it would make sense for me to get it for a couple of months. Maybe if I'm in that mood to be reading certain like series or romances and stuff, and like it would make more sense to get Kindle Unlimited and read those than buying them individually or having to wait weeks from the library. So not doing that just standard every month. Can't do it. Also, Amazon, where's my deal? Like, give me a little sign up deal. Also the same with Audible, which I have not had. I canceled a long time ago, but they sent a deal. So I'm gonna get that deal because it's 99 cents a month for 3 months. And because I primarily use Libro FM, but I'm going to use this because there are some Audible exclusive audiobooks, like one, for instance, Born a Crime. Another one is the audiobook for Thick by Tressie McMillan Cottom, which is one of the nonfiction books I want to read. It's only an Audible exclusive, so I'm going to get those two and one more and then cancel, but really just being good. I mean, this could go across subscriptions in general, about staying up to date on things, knowing when a deal is going to expire, canceling things when I'm not using it, instead of just paying every month. That's just me personally. But in the same vein, I guess we could hop to a general one. We can just go back and forth. I would, of course, love to see more people using Libro FM in general. There are some audiobooks that you cannot get through the library or through Libro FM because they're fucking Audible exclusives, and I fucking hate that. But like something like Born a Crime, like I really want to listen to. But yeah, Libro FM is a great alternative to Audible. I think they're comparable in price, about $15 or $16 a month. But Libro FM, you can choose an independent bookstore to support. And so that money from your purchase would go to them instead of going to Baldy, McBalderson, what's his name? Bozo the Clown at Amazon. I would love to 100% divest from Amazon. That's very difficult in the world that we live in. But there are ways to not give them as much money and to support independent bookstores, like using Libro FM, also using your library. Because audiobooks are expensive to purchase, so you can borrow both ebooks, also physical books, obviously, but also audiobooks. The majority of audiobooks that I listen to come from my library through Libby or through Hoopla. So support your libraries because that's a great resource. I understand sometimes you don't want to wait. Sometimes it's a very long wait, but it's just also a great resource for the amount of books that we generally read. Having your library be a bulk of them is just a great way to support the library and save your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Back to my personal goals. Since we're talking about Amazon, I wrote this down for me to look at them because, again, it is hard for me to just say no. Because again, I know a lot of people are saying no to Goodreads and everyone should go to Storygraph. Also, I've seen someone talking about Fable, which I have heard of, but I didn't realize was like a book reviewing platform. I thought it was just for book clubs. So I wrote both of them down to take a gander at them because I know Storygraph has now been around for several years. I know it's created by a Black woman, and so I'm assuming, you know, things just keep getting better. I did hear about like an AI summary or something of the books, which not saying like Amazon is like better by any means, but I'm just saying like, I don't like that. But I'ma look at it, okay? Because I've just had Goodreads for so long. I like the social aspect. I like being able to see what people are reading and like it or comment it. I like when people comment on mine. It's just, it's hard to break a habit. But I wrote it down. I'm going to look at it. Especially Fable. I really don't know much about Fable. I need the social aspect. So I wrote it down, okay? I'm working on it. For myself personally, to read more backlist, and not just 2 years ago, 4 years ago, even further back. Because the other day when I was listening to a podcast, the TBR Lowdown, I will link the episode, and they were talking about older fantasy series that I like hear about, and I will say I want to read them, and then I forget about them. But there's like, you know, that came out in the 80s and the 90s, and like, and they were talking about specifically ones written by women. Of course, there's one by men, but there's just a lot of books out there, obviously, that I haven't read from, you know, times past. And so often, I try to read backlist, and I do, but I just for myself would, you know, like to go back further, you know? Sometimes 2020 is not far enough. 2000, 1990. Let's get back in the archives, you know what I'm saying? For me. And I mean, it wouldn't hurt for you either. Just, you know, front list is not all there is. Especially if you've been disappointed with your reading lately, or like the things that have been coming out, like I have. We can go back. They're still there. We can still read them. And then the benefit, usually, especially the older it gets, is there's less of a wait at your library. Hopefully they have it. I know some books are harder to find. But I'm saying, you know, like, usually that's going to be easier for you to get because it's not the new hot thing that everybody's trying to get right now. So beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Okay, also, less books purchased, which I did a great job of this year compared to the last couple of years because I canceled my subscriptions. I have purchased some books, but I don't even know how many I've purchased this year. I will obviously see when I do my taxes, but I just want to keep that same energy going into the next year. Really, I've of course ordered a couple books. Like I ordered the special edition of one of my favorite series, the Broken Earth trilogy, and you know, some other things. But I really would like to keep it if I'm going somewhere, I'm visiting an indie, that I'll buy a book, and I also need to keep it to like buying one, because I usually would go to an indie and I'm like, okay, I need to buy 4, and girl, like I want to support them, but girl, we don't need to be spending that much. But I would never say 0 books purchased in the whole year. Like, that's just wild. But at first it felt difficult, especially canceling my subscription boxes. I thought I would have a lot more FOMO. And sometimes I do. Like, I got the email today for Broken Binding for Blood Over Brighthaven, which I'm currently reading and really enjoying, but I have not finished. And I did not buy it. And so I thought it was going to be harder, but after canceling them, it does suck not to get mail all the time, but it's also not normal. And so it's been a lot easier than I thought it would be to not have those subscriptions, not constantly purchasing books. So I just would like to keep that energy into the next year where I'm just being very intentional about my book purchases. And either it's something I really love and it's a special edition or limited edition of something, or again, I'm at an indie and it's a book I'm really interested in reading, and I can just buy one. Jessica, we could just buy one book. One. And really, it should be more nonfiction that I'm buying, because I usually like to physically write in those and annotate. So keep that same energy. And reading more of what I own. Did not do good at this year. I have a lot of books back here. I have more in my room, and I was supporting my library because I was reading a lot of things from my library, reading things from Kindle Unlimited. So it's not like I was buying a bunch of new books to read, but I have been neglecting these guys right here. I got a lot. I got full series up here, okay? I really want to read more. And now I'm not putting a goal on it. I'm not trying to read down my physical TBR. I'm not trying to be under 50 books unread. I just do want to go here more often than just going to my phone and requesting something. And I think that also helps with like backlist stuff. Not like a lot of this is super backlist, but it's like I'll see something and I'm like, ooh, that's new. Let me go request it from the library. When I'm like, girl, we have things here. We got food at home. We have library at home, girl. Let's use that. So those are my main things. Nothing too cray, but things I want, the energy I want to take into the new year with my reading. I don't really know about with my channel. That channel goals, that's a different video, but just with like my reading, book buying, that's my thing. But back to the publishing thing, I would also say that I would like to see more editing, more developmental edits for books. Literally a dream. I apparently am asking too much, but I said this in a separate video that so many amazing concepts are coming out, so many great book covers are coming out, but the inside needs more work. And so I know this is probably an empty wish because I have no control over the publishing industry. And if you've watched my other video, it just seems like the publishing industry is going downhill even faster. But that is what I wish I could see. And really, to go with that also, slower releases. And like I said in my video also before, we used to have more time in between releases, especially for fantasy, and I feel like things are just being really rushed nowadays. And I understand, because I too am like, oh my god, when is the next Amina Al-Sarafi book coming out? Because I fucking love the first one. But if you have to take time to write it, I will wait for that. Instead of every year in a series you're pumping out a book, it's just like, that's a lot. And maybe some people have the ability to just sit and focus on writing. A lot of people don't. They have other jobs, they have other things to do. So we all need to be more patient. Do not harass authors and be tagging them, asking them when this book is going to come out, DMing them, asking them questions like that, so they don't feel as pressured to. But also publishers with these timelines, like, chill out. Let the book marinate. Let it develop. Let it, you know? I think we need to slow down. I know we're not, but we need to. And I think those are the main things for me. I mean, other random things that I could say is, I want to say no AI, but apparently we're going to get more of that in 2025. Hate that for me. Hate that for us. Also, personally for me, would like to see more book reviews on the YouTubes. But again, that's just personal. I would like, I have many thoughts on this topic, so I think it's going to be a different video, but like and so I don't want to put it in or an out, but I just have thoughts about the fan fiction to publishing pipeline that I kind of want to think about. But anyway, also for me personally, this is me personally, I want to see more reading sprints. I want more reading sprints on the YouTube in the new year, please. And I want them, so this is me personally, I want some yap, okay? A good 15, 20 minutes at least, maybe 30 minutes of yap, and then a reading sprint that's like 45 minutes to an hour maximum. That's just me. I know people are gonna do what they want to do, and I'm appreciative to those who do sprints, but I want more. I want more of y'all to get online and go live. Give me them 2020 reading sprints when we was all here. I want more of you to go live and do reading sprints so I don't feel like I'm reading alone. Yes, I do my own reading sprints often with my patrons, but I want to be on the other end. I want to be watching the TV, and I want to listen to the yap, and then I want to read. I have to be the yapper when I'm hosting sprints. So I want y'all to host more sprints. That's just me. That's just me. Also, this is another just me, because this is not going to happen, but I wish that special editions could become special again. You know, like at this point, it's not special. It's just another version. A Fairy Loot, a Luma crate, something else crate, broken binding, Walmart has theirs, Target has theirs, Barnes & Noble has theirs, something has this, Goldsboro edition, something. I would like to go back to books just having a cover, and then like it does really well, and a couple years later you're like, look at this special edition. I mean, at least give it a year. God damn. Like I understand, I'm not saying I want these businesses to fail and I want people to lose their jobs, but it's very, having been an avid purchaser of special editions, it's not special anymore when there's 15 variations. It's just a different edition. It's not special. I wish we could bring back the special and special editions. I don't, that's just me. I think that's it. Those are my main things. So I would love to know what you would love to see more of in the bookish lands in 2025, or any of your personal bookish goals you would like to take into the new year, and same things you would like to leave in 2024, both personal and as a whole. I just would like to know. So if you could tell me, that would be great. That's it. In and out for 2025. That sounds fake. 2025 doesn't sound real. That's weird. That's weird. But apparently that's the real date, and I have many thoughts about it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. There's something